About to get started soon here, guys. Waiting for a few more people to join the live stream. Alright, I'm ready to get started. Let's do this. Welcome, guys, to the Meet Damien channel. I am Damien, and today's live stream video here, we're going to be talking about the China trade war, okay? And how things might be getting a little bit better on that front there. And yeah, let's get right into it. We're gonna see how this affects crypto, and we'll take a look at the markets and look at the charts here. All right, so as some of you might know, but some of you might have just found out that the United States and China, they agreed to slash tariffs for 90 days in a major trade breakthrough. This news article is coming from CNBC. They say that the U.S. and China on Monday agreed to suspend most tariffs on each other's goods in a move that shows a thawing of trading tensions between the world's two largest economies. The deal means that reciprocal tariffs between both countries will be cut from 125% down to 10%. The U.S. 20% duties on Chinese imports related to fentanyl will remain in place, meaning that total tariffs on China still stands at 30%. It goes on here to say here that they had a very productive talks, and U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bennett said that they feel like they had very productive talks in that venue over at the Geneva conference that they had. It goes on here to say that the U.S. and China on Monday, they agreed to temporarily suspend most tariffs on each other's goods in a move that shows a major thawing of trade tensions. The trade agreement means that reciprocal tariffs between both countries will be cut from 125 to 10%. But the 20% duty for fentanyl is still in place. So it actually comes out to 30%. I already said that already. Basically, the stock market has jumped on these news, okay? We have seen here that the NASDAQ futures, they gained about 3.7%. S&P 500 gained about 2.7%. And the Dow gained about 2% on the news. Let's see. Yeah, and I believe also the oil markets went up. Oil prices popped up. They're saying here that West Texas Intermediate is standing at about $62.81, up almost 3% for the session. All right, so let's take a look at. So this is relatively good news. It means that these two big economies, these two big world economies, the United States and China, can actually compromise and come to an agreement on something here. So I think that's the reason why the stock market and crypto. Well, the stock market went up today, trying to catch up to crypto. Crypto actually already went up on the weekend with hints of the news that that there was going to be a trade deal here. But we're looking at the charts now here. I'm on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. Let me just zoom out here. And we're looking at Bitcoin at $102,956. Bitcoin did get us high today, as high as $105,787 here on Coinbase Exchange. We did see a big move up last week, okay, on the deal with Great Britain and United Kingdom on Thursday. And we were trying to make some more moves up to the upside here, to go to higher prices on Bitcoin and crypto. But it seems like the crypto market is not really enjoying this bit of news, this good bit of news coming from China and America, as much as they enjoyed the news about it on Thursday with United Kingdom. So that's a little bit interesting to see there. Could it be that this rally is a little bit long in the tooth, and we just need to kind of like maybe take a break and go sideways for a little bit? We also have some resistance here at the $102,000 level from the Fibonacci level here, saying that the 0.786 Fib level says that $102,500 Bitcoin should be giving us some resistance here. Okay, Fibonacci traders are eyeballing that number, so that could be a reason why we're kind of taking a pause here. Also, if I turn on the VRVP, it might get a little bit messy here, but turn on the VRVP, I get these green and red bars on the side here, and it does show that there is a high volume node here at about like $105,000 Bitcoin. So there are some people who bought Bitcoin at $105,000 back in December and also back in January here, who are looking to get out and just break even, and that's probably why we're getting a little bit of resistance here at $105,000 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin decides to come on down to lower prices here, and it's not able to hold where it's at $103,000, then we might see the price drop down to this next level. I'm eyeballing the $101,800 level here. This is another high volume node that I think Bitcoin might come down to and get a reaction and maybe use it as support going forward here. But we're just game planning and trying to figure out what these levels might be where Bitcoin could get support and where Bitcoin could get resistance and have a hard time breaking through. So right now we do know that Bitcoin's having a hard time breaking past $105,000, almost $106,000. Okay, because of the VRVP here. We also know that if Bitcoin does come down for whatever reason, it could get some support at like 101.7 or 101,800. Okay, so we do have that going for us. Let me go ahead and get rid of the VRVP now. We'll get the moving averages now. Bitcoin does have a 21-day, this white line here, this 21-day EMA is racing up to try to catch up to where the price of Bitcoin's at to try and provide some support. And the 21 EMA is currently at $97,000. So if 101 doesn't hold support, then I do see us coming back to $97,000 Bitcoin. I also believe that's if I go ahead and turn the VRVP back on again, you'll see that there's a lot of high volume here at 97,000, also 94,000 and 93,000. So if Bitcoin can't hold the $101,000, then maybe we come on down to try to see if there's more interest and more buyers at the $97,000 level here, which just so happens to still be where the point of control, this blue line. This is where 50% of the volume for trading in Bitcoin has occurred. So most people have either bought or sold at this area. So if we do come back down, that wouldn't be surprising to me if we came back down to $97,000 on Bitcoin, because that's where the POC, point of control, is hanging out at. Hey, user 92 Junior, appreciate you clicking that follow button. Guys, if you're liking this analysis so far, please, by all means, go ahead and hit that follow button and click that subscribe button on YouTube for my YouTube streamers here. I'm also streaming. I'm streaming on TikTok and I'm streaming on YouTube here. And yeah. Don't forget to hit that like button, because when we hit that like button, we'll get more people to show up to the stream. So go ahead and hit that like button too. Appreciate the help here, guys. Yeah, I think I'm ready to start taking some requests. If you guys have any particular cryptocurrency, or we can look at stocks too, because I know the stock market's doing pretty well today. Mar in the chat here says pharmacy are going to take a hit because of T, so the S&P and Nasdaq is going to drop a bit because of what Trump said. That's interesting. I don't really have an opinion on that yet. I have to go read the news article on that. You did say that you're early. I'm a little bit curious. What are you early on? I have to go back to the beginning of because you were writing in the chat while I was doing all this talking. I see Besho's in the chat. Hey, Besho. Yeah, what up to you, Besho? And yeah, Mar, you were just asking where is BTC gonna go now? I mean, we could look at some of the smaller time frames to get an idea as to where it might go now. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin comes back down to $101,000 sometime later today or even tomorrow. If it's not going to continue being bullish here. Yeah, I just you said that you're early, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, I really don't know much about that pharmacy stuff. I have to go read up on that myself. And Captain Hump, I'm not sure if I said that right, but you're asking, is altcoin season here? I believe altcoin season is probably on its way here. Okay, we have to look at US dollar tether dominance and look at Bitcoin dominance to get an idea as to what whether or not altcoin season's starting. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance and see if that's coming down. I believe it was last time I looked at it. We're looking at the market cap for I'm sorry, we're looking at the Bitcoin market cap dominance, and right now Bitcoin owns about 62% of the entire cryptocurrency market cap. And we did see it get as high as 65% on Wednesday of last week, and it seemed like Bitcoin dominance was just going to continue climbing up non-stop here. But what changed here was Thursday when we got that trade deal with the United Kingdom. That led markets to believe that there could be some hope that we're going to get some more trade deals, and we actually did get another trade deal today with China. So they're not wrong that there are more trade deals coming here. And people jumped the gun on that, and they started selling some of their Bitcoin to get in some of these altcoins, I believe. So I think this might be the beginning of altcoin season. You can see that the market cap dominance came right down to the 50-day moving average here, is acting as some support for Bitcoin's market cap dominance. We would like to see this thing come all the way down to the 200-day moving average, sitting at about like 60%. Then we'll know for sure that we're in an altcoin season, right? Because that's going to break through a lot of the support here at 60%. So yeah, if we get down to 60% or even get below 60%, I would say that is we are actually in altcoin season. I see Dave P is in the YouTube chat here. Nice to see you. You're saying that I need to change my YouTube settings to allow redirect. I'm not all too familiar with that. Could you explain and elaborate on that? What is it that you're trying to do, and what is it that you think I need to do for doing that? I'll have to look into that. But yeah, appreciate the comment there. And I see Dylan's in there. Is that a request for TI raid, Dylan? I need to know if if that's an actual crypto or not. But yeah, let's look at US dollar tether dominance right now, because that also will tell us if altcoin season is starting to begin here. Appreciate that great question. Is a lot of people want to know, is altcoin season actually starting up? Yeah, Mar, I'm actually on YouTube as well. I'm doing dual streams here. I'm doing YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Oh, a trader intuition raid is coming. All right, awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate you guys coming into the live stream here. And I see trade intuition just made it into the chat here. You're saying that I need to change my YouTube settings to allow streamers to redirect to you. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look into that. We'll have to figure that out at some point. Appreciate the information there. But yeah, I can see that my YouTube stream is picking up steam over here with a few people from Trade Intuition. Guys, let me just show you Trade Intuition's channel here. He's another good YouTube streamer here. Let me see. Let me just direct you guys to Trade Intuition. He's a streamer here just like me that looks at the charts as well. He's really big on education. He's got about 2,000 subscribers here. He's big on educating you guys on how to be better traders here. He's got a lot of good YouTube shorts here and videos. So much knowledge to learn. Give this guy a check and go ahead and subscribe to his channel as well. He's big on crypto and teaching you guys how to trade crypto. I try to do some teaching myself here. We all have our different styles here. But yeah, let me get back into looking at USDT dominance, and then we'll start taking some requests after that. And I'm going to try to answer your questions. I'm doing a lot here, okay? Yeah, guys, and don't forget to smash that like button that Dave P said. Appreciate you guys hitting that like button. We'll get more people to show up to the stream if you guys are able to do that here for me. Appreciate that. All right, so we're looking at US dollar tether dominance right now because we're wondering if altcoin season's starting up here. And we'll look at the daily chart, and you can see that US dollar tether dominance, it kind of peaked out here at April 7th when there was a lot of fear in the market. That makes sense. We saw this tether dominance as high as about 6.24%. That was a high water mark here. And then as people started getting comfortable putting their money back to work in the markets here, you can see that tether dominance has gone down over the past couple of months, past month here. And some significant red candles here, one here on April 22nd. There might have been some good news that brought tether dominance down. And then you can see here last Thursday when we got that trade deal with the United Kingdom, that was also another 7% red candle on tether dominance. So people are starting to put their money back into the markets again, is what I'm gathering from looking at the chart here for tether dominance. And you know, that is also helpful for the altcoins to have an altcoin season when people take their money out of stable coins and they start putting it into actual cryptos that could, you know, that are not stable coins, then you're gonna end up getting possibly an altcoin season. Now, you know, we'll start to worry when tether dominance starts to get down to these lower levels here at like 3.9%, basically like around here in December when we saw tether dominance at like 3.8%. Okay. When you see tether dominance, right now we're at 4.58%, so I'm not all too worried. But when you see tether dominance get to like 3.8, 3.9, you're probably getting a little bit too much money going into altcoins and crypto, and you're gonna probably be due for a correction where this thing is gonna actually start going back up again on the tether dominance. Okay, so yeah, if tether dominance goes up, that means people are selling their crypto and going into stable coins again, and that would actually tell you when the end of altcoin season should be. It should be somewhere near, you know, tether dominance of like 3.9, 3.8%. Okay, it could push further. We could get even more exponential moves where this thing might even go down. Let's see. If I zoom out some more, let's see how far down tether dominance has gone in the past here. Let's look at the 2021 cycle here. 2021, we saw a tether dominance in the twos. Okay, we saw 2% on tether dominance. Okay. And then also here in like October and November 2021, when Bitcoin got up to like $69,000, and that was like the high for that cycle, we saw tether dominance at like 2.5%. So I would actually say like 2.5%. If we can get that in this cycle, you should be selling almost all of your crypto and trying to get back into dollars or even stable coins at that point, because it's probably near the end of the altcoin season when it gets down into the twos. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, got a little bit quiet there on my YouTube chat. All right, so let me go ahead and just focus on my TikTok guys here. So I have a Brandon here asking me about Sheeb, and then I have Hector asking me about Degen, and Carlos asking me about XRP. Let me go ahead and write these things down so I don't miss your requests here. We'll look at Shiba. And then Degen coin, okay. And then XRP. And let me just see if there's any more requests that came in before that, because I don't want to miss requests if I, you know. trying to make sure I get all your requests in here, guys. Carlos was asking, should you hold more meme coins? You might get lucky as more money goes in altcoins and meme coins. You might get lucky enough to double your money with a meme coin. But after you double your money with your meme coin, you should probably look into doing something else besides a meme coin, like an actual utility coin, like AVAX or Solana or Sui. You should start looking at getting into those coins as well. But this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so you do whatever you want with your money because it's your money. I'm just giving you my opinion because I believe you're asking for my opinion. So I'll just give you my opinion, but it's not financial advice. So yeah, you're asking like how long will altcoin season last? Well, it seems like the altcoin seasons have been very short, almost like a few weeks at the most, and then they die out. So it's not like in the past cycle where we saw altcoin season last like a few months. So that's a little bit interesting to see that in this cycle, in my opinion. Let's see. Dave is being a little bit active in the chat here. Still here. How about Redstone and Bingo Bango? Okay. I'll try to look at Redstone for you. I'll write that down. Is that a stock or a crypto? If you don't mind letting me know. I'm gonna assume it's a crypto, but if it's a stock, that kind of helps. Helps me figure out where to look for it. All right, so I got my list here. We'll take a look at Shiba Inu since that came in first for the request here. You guys are now getting interested in your meme coins, I see. All right, I thought I had Shiba in there, but I'll just type it in. Shiba USD. Yeah, sure. We'll look at it on Coinbase. I got some previous chart work here from looking at Shiba Inu. I actually have a little bit of Shiba Inu as one of the meme coins that I play around with. I also got some Pepe as well. But right now, Shiba Inu is trading at 1,604, up slightly today. I'm gonna get rid of some of this previous chart work here. Don't think I need that for now. And we're looking at Shiba Inu. And has Shiba Inu bottom out? I think what I was looking at before was we did see some bullish divergence that was coming into play here for Shiba Inu. Where, for those who don't know, when you're making higher lows here on the RSI, and you're making lower lows on price, that does equate to bullish divergence. It means that buyers are stepping in at these prices here. So buyers were interested at buying Shiba Inu at like the 1,000 level here, the low 1,000s. And now we're kind of like up about 50% from where we saw Shiba Inu at back in like early April here. Shiba Inu has broken through some of the moving average resistances here. The next moving average resistance that's going to be like kind of like a tough nut to crack here would be the 200-day, that red line sitting at like 1830. So just be careful with Shiba Inu. You might get a reaction at 1800, and you might end up coming back down before you actually break through it for real. Okay, but 1800 is looking like that's going to be the next upside target for Shiba Inu. Okay. I do see some sideways trading action here at about 2200, and then also sideways trading action at 2500. So that's probably going to be the next upside target for Shiba Inu once you get past 1800. Okay, let me go ahead and turn on the VRVP. It might get a little bit messy here, but just bear with me. Okay, the VRVP, I'm looking for high volume nodes here. Right now, the POC is this blue line sitting at 1700. So that could be the first resistance level. And then, of course, right after that, you got some more resistance at 1800. As we said, that's where the 200-day moving average is at. So Shiba Inu might be currently, it needs to probably cool down a little bit. It's going to get some resistance. There's not really too much upside in the near term on this coin, in my opinion. But once you get past 1800, you get a gap in the VRVP, and it's showing that the next high volume node is at about 2160. Okay, could be an interesting area for a take profit target. But then you get another gap in the VRVP, and then it says like the next level, high level of volume node here for the VRVP is saying that Shiba Inu should be about a $2,500. I'm sorry, not $2,500, but 2,500 point coin. Okay, you should get some resistance at 2,500, and we've already said that because just looking at the sideways trading action here, that's where that volume is coming in. Okay. So I would say 2,500 should be the next reasonable price target for Shiba Inu going forward. And then of course anything after that is going to be gravy, but you should start taking profits once you start seeing 2,500 on Shiba Inu. All right, I see Dave saying that the ticker for Redstone is red and 130 market cap for red. Okay, we'll take a look at Redstone. I got that on the list here. Next up is Degen coin. Let's take a look at Degen. All right, let's take a look at Mexi, and I'll get rid of the VRVP for now. Looks like I have looked at this coin before on this particular exchange. We have Degen coin currently trading at 0.0064 pennies. Wow. That thing's up 64% today. Okay. Okay, Degen coin. You're acting like a Degen. You're literally living up to your name right now. Degen coin is overbought in my opinion. I see the RSI is at 82.4. Okay. 64% is a good day in crypto. A good day for any trader or investor. So kudos to you if you got into this before that. But yeah, oh, I see Trade Intuitions in here. Trade said you sent me a DM on Discord. All right, appreciate that, Trade. Thank you. Appreciate that, Joe. Yeah. So, Degen coin, if it continues being bullish, more bullish than it already is, it might hit resistance at this 200-day moving average, which is sitting above it at about 0.008. Is where that 200-day moving average is sitting at. I don't know if it can continue doing that today or tomorrow, but that is probably your target for maybe later on this week going into next month. You should see this thing try to push towards that 200-day moving average sitting at 8,025. Right now we're at 6,511. Okay. But wow, yeah, that's definitely a crazy move here on Degen coin. Let me see what the other oscillators are saying here. Yeah, you got obviously green candles on the MACD. You have high stochastics. Okay, I would not be buying this crypto because it's already made its move. I would be looking for maybe a short. I would be trying to sell something here after pocketing those gains here. But this thing could drift back down and and come down to the 100-day moving average, which could act as support at this blue line at 5,541. Okay. We would like to see the green and white moving averages start to curve back up, which the white one's starting to do that, and the green one is also starting to. It looks like it's going to start curving up as well. And then those should act as support as this thing continues going up to higher prices here. If it does continue going bullish, but I'll just do a quick fib retracement. If this thing tops out here, where it got as high as 6,960 here. Okay. Here's what some of the downside targets could be, right? Look, using the Fibonacci analysis. We'll see if this thing can continue being bullish and maintain super bullishness by only doing a pullback to the 0.786 at 6,000. Okay, we'll see if 6,000 holds. If 6,000 doesn't hold, most likely it's going to come down to the 0.618 at 5,254. If that doesn't hold, then we have 0.5, which is also kind of in the golden pocket, and that'd be a 50% retracement down like 44,720. Okay. And then we'll just see what happens. If it's going to not hold this at all, then there are some deeper retracements below that. But right now, I would be eyeballing the 0.618 retracement. If you want to buy some more degen at a cheaper level, I think 5,200 should be a good level. That kind of corresponds to where the 100-day moving average is at as well. Could provide support if this thing, you know, decides to have a pullback for some reason. Okay. All right. We'll move on to we'll look at Redstone, and then we'll look at XRP. I want to kind of save XRP for a little bit later on, because if I do XRP now, I'm gonna have someone else come into the live stream saying, "Hey, can you look at XRP?" And it's gonna be like, "We already did. We already did look at XRP." But yeah, so I'm gonna save that one for later. But it's gonna be the next one after Redstone. Okay. All right. Red USDT, I believe. I believe this is the yeah, Redstone Tether. Yep. Okay. Is this a fairly new cryptocurrency? Because it looks like that it might be that new crypto to me. Looks like it started trading on CoinEx on March of this year, so a couple of months ago. Let me just see if there's another one. Maybe it's been trading on another exchange for a little bit longer than that. Let's see what it looks like on Binance. Yeah, it looks like this is a relatively new cryptocurrency. Okay, so I don't really have that much data on the daily time frame here. The 21 EMA, the white line, just started appearing in like late March, and that's the only moving average that I have for this. Okay, so I would have to go into the smaller time frames to get some more moving averages here. But anyways, yeah, so we're looking at Redstone. This crypto is trading at 46 cents, almost 47 cents, and up about 3.37% today. Interesting. All right, so, you know, just eyeballing this chart for the first time here. The high water mark, this thing came out the gate, probably because it just got listed on the exchanges. Its high water mark is $1.46. Looks like that's the number to beat. It tried to make another attempt to get to that level again, but it wasn't able to, so it came up to $1.28, and that was almost like a double top, even though they're not like right, you know, next to each other. Actually, I wouldn't really call that double top. That's just plain and simple a lower high. Okay, so this thing's been making lower highs and also lower lows going forward here. So clearly in a downtrend, but what I do like that I'm seeing here is I do see some higher lows here on the RSI. So, you know, obviously this thing has been making lower lows on price, higher lows on RSI. That's bullish divergence. If you ever ask any of these traders out there, they would spot that as bullish divergence. It just means that you have a possibility of bottoming out here. What I also like here with Redstone is that it looks like you created a higher low recently here on May 6th. You got that low here at 33 cents roughly, which is higher than the low here back on April 17th at like 31 cents. So you are creating higher lows. What I would want to see next is I want to see this thing create higher highs to confirm that we're in an uptrend. The last significant high was back here on April 11th, where this thing was trading at 49 cents. Okay. Did we get up to that point today? No, we only got up to like 47, almost 48 cents here. So it looks like it's getting really close to making a higher high here. And once it does, then you just want to see this thing make another higher low, and you know that you're in an uptrend, and this thing most likely has bottomed out. Okay, but you can game plan, and you could put you know, a stop loss right below this this last low that it made, maybe at like 32 cents here. So that would be your stop loss area. Okay, if this thing goes below 32 cents for whatever reason, then maybe we're still in the downtrend here, and this thing has to go a little bit lower to generate some more interest in investors that want to be invested in this crypto. But that 32 cent level should be, yeah, that should be the let me get out of this thing, something's wrong with it, okay, level. And you're just looking to see if this thing is going to continue going up to higher prices here. We are threatening to make a higher high very soon here. Let me go ahead and turn on the VRVP. See what the VRVP says. You got a big gap in the VRVP, at kind of like where we're at right now. There's a little bit of a high volume node at 53 cents. That's interesting. But you got more high volume on the VRVP at like 58 cents. That's probably going to be where you'll get a significant resistance. That's probably going to be your first take profit target if you're getting into this crypto right now. Okay. And then if you're going to stay in the trade a little bit longer than that, you got another gap. And then it says that the POC, this blue line, is sitting at like 67 cents. So that's probably where you want to sell some more of your redstone. Okay. That should be another take profit target zone. And then after that, you get a little bit of a gap here. And there's a little bit of high volume at 72 cents. But also you got the value area high sitting at this white line here, this value area high at 75 cents. I would say once you get to 75 cents, you should have sold something by now. You should have sold some of your redstone by now, because you're almost up almost a double on this crypto if it gets to that level. But even more interesting is there's another gap after the value area high, and the next high volume node is about 85 cents, and that should be where you should sell the majority of your position, so you can lock in your profits. You basically doubled your money if this crypto can get back to that level again. All right. Porky's in the live stream here on YouTube. Good to see you, Porky. Anyone thinking the lows of the day are in? Possibly. We could take a look at Bitcoin towards, once I get through these requests here. We'll take a look at Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart in the lower time frames to see if we might have put the lows in for today. But let's move on to Porky's favorite cryptocurrency, XRP, because Porky thinks XRP is going to go to 58 cents. But I think that might be towards the end of the cycle. It might get a pullback to 58 cents, but XRP, Ripple, not looking like it wants to go to 58 cents there, Porky. It's up 9% today. $2.59. I actually have a little bit of XRP myself because I'm not a hater. But no, I actually looked at the charts and it seemed like XRP was one of the stronger cryptocurrencies over the last few weeks and months during this whole trade war fiasco. And that's why I decided to throw my hat in the ring on XRP, because I do see some potential here for XRP, and we'll get into it. I did make a YouTube short and a TikTok video about XRP last night, but I'll give you guys the analysis all over again. If you want the short version of it, you can go check out my my TikTok and my YouTube short. But anyways, yeah, so Porky was eyeballing 58 cents because that's mainly where XRP was trading at all throughout like 2024. Just boring as hell. Okay. Then we got the impulse move in November after Donald Trump got elected. And we saw XRP get as high as what, $3.40 in January. So that allows me to come up with this Fibonacci analysis measuring from $3.40 down to like 52 cents. And it gives me, these Fibonacci numbers here. Okay. Most important level for us to get past was that 0.618 level here. We're clearly above that now. The 0.618 was saying that, XRP should be at $2.31 at that level. We're above that, so that gives me hope here. We might see some resistance when we get to $2.80, which is the 0.786 retracement level for Ripple XRP. Okay, but if XRP continues going past $2.80, which I think it can do, because it actually did that back in beginning of March here, where we saw XRP go up to like $3. It went up from like $2 to $3 in one day, like 34% gain. So it can do it. All right. But yeah, if we get past $3.40 on XRP, then long term later on in 2025, I do expect to see that XRP will get up to like $5.21, which is where the 1618 Fib extension level is at for you Fibonacci traders out there who like to use Fibonacci. Okay. So yeah, that's telling me that XRP can go up to like $5. Okay. All right. So going back to what's going on right now with XRP, XRP has been very bullish all throughout 2025. It did, kind of give us a good scare back in the beginning of April where we lost the 200-day moving average, but then we came back and we got it a couple of days later and we came right above it, and then we really haven't had to be scared about XRP. It did trade sideways for the most part. Got another bounce off the 200-day moving average. That's good to see, and created a higher low compared to this low here. So that was also very good to see. Okay. So congratulations, XRP. And then now we are trying to get above some of these moving averages that might be acting as resistance. The last one that we had to get above was this blue line, this light blue line, the 100-day moving average sitting at $2.40. And yeah, we got above that during this weekend. Kind of played around with it a little bit, and now we're clearly above the 100-day moving average. And XRP is, in my opinion, heading to $3. And it could do that really fast, really quick here, because if I turn the VRVP here for XRP, you're going to see that you got the POC at 240. We got past that. And then the volume just drops like a rock here on the VRVP. You get the value area high sitting at 269, according to the data that I'm using right now. But then look at this. There is no high volume node here on the VRVP for XRP until you get to like $3.12. So I'm expecting XRP to just zoop like a beeline, go right to $3. It could happen this week. We could see a $3 XRP later on this week, in my opinion. Okay. But yeah, that's a lot of bullish news, a lot of bullish take on XRP. If we do get a pullback on XRP and XRP decides to come back down, we got a lot of moving averages acting as support. We got the 200-day, the 21, and the 50 acting as support here. And you know what? When the moving averages, let me get rid of the VRVP. When the moving averages get this tight, it means we're in for probably an explosive move. We might get a pullback on XRP, but if crypto continues being bullish, and I just know that XRP is like the newbie coin. Everybody that's new to crypto goes in the XRP first for whatever reason, because they feel like they missed out on Bitcoin, and they see XRP at $2 and they think that's so much cheaper than Bitcoin and Ethereum. A lot of the newcomers that are going to get into crypto, they're going to probably buy XRP, and that's going to send this thing up to $3 and higher, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm playing the newbie trade here. Okay, I think XRP is gonna help me make some money as more people come into cryptocurrencies. So that's my opinion and take, not financial advice. So don't sue me, bro, if it doesn't go to $5. Okay, but yeah, that's my opinion on XRP. Let me see. I got a request here from Mar. He's asking for Polkadot. So we'll take a look at Dot. And then let's see. Do I have any more requests? Oh, Dog with Hat came in as a request. So we'll look at Whiff. And then I don't know if that's a request for Trump coin, but I guess we could look at the Trump coin. And then let's see. Yeah, we just did XRP. Okay, so yeah, we'll move on to those requests. I actually want to look at Bitcoin because Porky came up with a good question. He wants to know if the lows are in for today for crypto and Bitcoin. So let's take a look at Bitcoin one more time. We're looking at Bitcoin trading at $102,700. We saw it did get as high as about $105,700 here on Monday. Let's go into the 15-minute time frame. So we're looking at the lower time frames here to figure out, hey, for us day traders out here, can we day trade Bitcoin? Is it safe? Is it safe for us to go long, or should we short Bitcoin? All right, so it looks like the highs for the day came in around 3 o'clock in the morning while some people were sleeping here. Bitcoin decided to throw a late night party into the morning hours here at $105,000 Bitcoin at 3 a.m. I think that was after some news came about. I think Treasury Secretary Bassett was talking about the China trade deal, how it was going to go through, and gave us a little bit more details while he was in Europe, in Switzerland. So that caused the market to go crazy bonkers over here in the early morning hours. Then it got sold off very violently, I guess, because, you know, sell the news, right? Sell the news. Anyways, we traded sideways after that, and then Donald Trump gave us more details this morning about the actual trade deal with China, and I guess it wasn't as juicy as they were hoping. Like, they were hoping to get rid of all tariffs on China, or like a lower number. But I think people came to the realization that, yeah, we're actually still tariffing China at like 30%, which is higher than what we were doing a month ago before Liberation Day on April 2nd. So I think they kind of said, you know what, let's take profit and sell. And now here we are on the 50-minute chart. We bottom out here. The lowest low for today is $102,300 Bitcoin, roughly. Looks like we are now trying to come back and maybe retest those lows here. So I would say, Porky, maybe after this live stream is over, you could put in a buy on Bitcoin with a tight stop loss below that, because I know you like to keep your stop losses tight, and you wouldn't really be risking much, but you could be catching the bottom here on Bitcoin for your day trades. All right. And you're just hoping. I don't know how you do your take profit targets, but if you're still using the 50-minute time frame, I think you could buy at $102,000 Bitcoin, roughly like 102,400. Seems to be a good area to buy at, or even now if you want. This thing is going down as I speak right now. Keep your stop loss tight, and then I would try to take this thing up to the 200-day. The 200 moving average on the 15-minute time frame. See if we can get back to $104,000 Bitcoin. And I think with 5x or 10x leverage, I'm not sure how much you like to use, but I think you'll make a good profit just going from here to here. Let's see. Let's measure that out. I need my info line here. Let's measure it out. If you just can get from where you are right now over to the 200 moving average at the 15-minute time frame, $104,000 Bitcoin, you got yourself like a 1.38 move, which should be solid. You know, if you're using 10x leverage, that ends up being about 11% gain for the day. So yeah, that's how I would try to play Bitcoin. But you can use Bitcoin as a reference if you're going to trade one of these other altcoins instead. Like Ethereum or Solana or something like that. And I would say, yeah, you're getting close to the lows of the day. This could end up being a bear flag, and then we could go lower. And let's just game plan that one out. All right, if this is a bear flag, I think I want to measure from here to here. Yeah, okay. And you know, you got your flag. Roughly like that. We could actually be breaking out of the bear flag right now, but yeah, I think I'm gonna just try to visualize this for my guys here. It looks like that could have been the bear flag, right? And then if this thing continues breaking out where we are right now to lower levels, then, you know, you could flip short and you could have your price target at $101,300 Bitcoin. And I think we mentioned earlier in this live stream that, you know, if Bitcoin continues going lower, you know, $101,000 should be a support area for Bitcoin. So you could probably take this down another $1,000 if you're going to short Bitcoin instead. Okay. But yeah, some decisions need to be made. You're getting close. I would say once you see like $102,300 Bitcoin, you need to make a decision. Are you going to long it, or are you going to enter your short? Right now, I would enter the short right now, because you're getting paid. This thing is going down, okay, and you put your stop loss, you know, at $103,200 Bitcoin if you're gonna short it right now, okay? And then you're looking to take profit at like $101,000 Bitcoin. All right. So that was my day trading, game planning with Porky there, wondering if the lows are in. We're gonna look at DOT, and then we'll take a look at Dog with Hat and Trump coin. Okay. So let's look at Polkadot. Let me get back into the daily time frame here. Polkadot is currently trading at $5.11. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's see if we can get some more people in the stream here. I think I might try to do a 2-hour live stream here if you guys keep me busy with the requests. But also don't forget to hit that like button. Yeah, so here we are with Polkadot. I'm just familiarizing myself with the chart here. Let's see. Obviously, Polkadot had better days, and it took advantage of the altcoin season in November and December of last year. Okay, and then it's been making lower highs and lower lows here. We already know that. I'm assuming you already know that. You probably want to know what is it gonna do next. All right, so it looks like to me that Polkadot has started its uptrend because we're above this high back here in March. Where we saw this thing as high as like $4.76. We're clearly above that right now at $5.11. Then I want to see, are we getting higher than the highs back here in early March at like 526? Not really. I don't think so. Okay, so we're trying to get above this high. Okay, and then also 537. Okay. So 537 and 526 are the high watermarks that we want to get above to create some more higher highs here. Let's see, we got as high as 539. Okay, actually we did create a higher high, but it looks like we're not going to be able to close at the highs for Polkadot here. But that's good to see that we are actually making higher highs. I'm expecting some resistance if we continue going higher at that 200-day moving average sitting at $5.58. That could be a good take profit target for now. All right. And this thing is just, you are just waiting to see if this thing is going to get up there, if it's going to continue bullish, or you might actually start working on creating a higher low here. The last higher low was right over here, clearly. Okay. I'm going to do a quick fib retracement here to see where this thing could go if it does create a newer higher low here. And it looks like I'm eyeballing the 0.618 at $4.84 as a higher low that could be formed here. Let me just zoom in there for a little bit there on my TikTok, guys. But yeah, $4.84. Okay, could be a when the next higher low gets made if this thing continues its pullback right now. Okay. I don't see any other moving averages here that could act as support besides the 100-day moving average, sitting at $5.23, which is kind of close to that. Kind of close, but not really to that. I mean, we already kind of came down already to that 0.786 retracement. We're at $5.11, so we broke below that 100-day move down, so it's not really acting as support right now. But I can see that the Fibonacci traders are paying attention to the fib levels here, and they're using $5.08 as a support for now. Okay. But yeah, if we continue further, I see 484 or maybe even 467 as where you could scoop up some cheaper Polkadot and try to get in on a higher low here. All right. If this thing does continue being bullish and we get past that 200-day moving average, I do have the 1618 saying that this thing could get up to like $6, $6.27. And as I zoom out here some more, I'm going to go ahead and put on some more rainbow colors here with the VRVP. And the VRVP is saying that there is a high volume node at like 630. So I would say 6,030 cents is your first take profit target on this crypto. And then you got some more high volume nodes here, some more resistance, but you get the value area high sitting at 760. That should be another take profit target. That's also where the 2618 is sitting at on this Fibonacci analysis. So 769 might be your next take profit target. Then you got a gap, and then you could see this thing get up to like 850 or even $9 before it hits some more resistance. And I think you're doing all right for yourself if this thing gets up to $9, because you almost doubled your money in Polkadot. Hey guys, thanks for the gifts on my TikTok streamers. I appreciate you guys gifting me here. That lets me know that you guys are actually enjoying the analysis. I appreciate that. I got another request here for Zbeck. Okay, I'll add that into the list. And I appreciate Christopher Diamond for following me. Thank you. Thank you. Hope I'm able to help you out in your trading and investment journey. All right. Yep. Mar says he appreciates the analysis on Polkadot. All right. And then Nick said something about degen on base. We actually talked about degen earlier in the live stream. Nick, I can't really remember what targets were that I said earlier. You could always rewatch this stream and look at my full analysis on degen. But let's see, I think I did it on Mexi. Yeah, just quickly looking at degen here. Let me get rid of VRBP here real quick here. You're probably targeting. You're looking for the 200 moving average at 8,000 is going to be your next take profit target. But this thing is, in my eyes and opinion, is overheated and overbought. And you're looking to see if you're going to get a higher low that could form at like the 0.5 retracement at 4,700. I wouldn't even be surprised if you get a deeper retracement that takes you down to like 4,100 here. Okay, but you're looking for a pullback here on degen. All right, hopefully you have some already, because if it doesn't get that pullback, then you'll continue making more money if this, but it will probably get resistance at 8,000. All right, that's my short form analysis there. Let me get on to dog with hat here, and then Trump coin. All right, let's see, dog with hat. All right, all right. I'm looking at my YouTube streamers here. What do we talk about here? All right. Did Meet Damien answer your question about the VRVP? All right. So you have a question here. Some traders use the VRVP while others use the fixed range volume profile. What's the difference? Is one better than the other? Some traders use both while others only use one. Okay. So I use the VRVP. It constantly changes depending upon whether or not you're changing the chart and the amount of data that's in there. I know some traders use the fixed range volume profile, and I find that to be useful if you want to just peg it in one area and then use that as reference when you get more data and more time goes by. The VRVP is going to change because it's constantly using all the data from the most recent data from now to like whatever date you're looking at. But like using the fixed range is good because it lets you know like what traders were using for a range back at that time when you basically took like a screenshot or a snapshot of what the trading was like at that time. So I hope that kind of answers your question about fixed range and VRVP. I use VRVP, but it's also helpful to use the fixed range as well because it lets you know where previous value area highs and previous value area lows are at, which could correspond and have some confluence with what's going on currently with the VRVP. Hope that answers your question there. All right. And let's see. I think I got some more requests here for Pet AI. Okay. And let's see, Pet AI, and then what else? We have more. I believe my streams are recorded. Like, you could look at some previous live streams. I never actually looked at it from your end, but I believe you guys can look at some previous live streams if you really dig into TikTok here. And let's see, someone else said something else here. Syrup coin? That's interesting. That's gotta be a meme coin. But yeah, we'll take a look at Syrup if I can find it. All right, let me continue on with analysis here with Dog with Hat. All right, we're trading at $1.14 with Dog with Hat, and Dog with Hat is actually having a good day. I can see why you want to talk about it because it's up 26% today. That's nice to see. All right. Dog with Hat could get some more resistance if it continues being bullish at that 200 moving average at $1.47. So write that down as one of your first take profit targets, because other investors and traders are looking at that red line there as their take profit target. So that, you know, they might start selling on you. Dog with Hat is getting overheated and overbought. Keep that in mind. That's probably why you're getting a little bit of a pullback right now. This thing could start pulling back to the 100 moving average, which could act as support at sitting at 96 cents. All right. And yeah, I mean, this thing is, it has already bottomed out and it's now in its uptrend. And let's see, the next high that it needs to make to get above the previous highs in the past, about $1.37. Did we get up to $1.37 today? We got up to $1.32, so not yet. So $1.37 should be, it's just another confirmation that you're in an uptrend, because you're actually creating higher highs than the highs that you made from like a few months ago. But yeah, Dog with Hat is looking like it's bottoming out here and starting its uptrend to higher prices. Let's see. I'm going to get rid of the moving averages now, since we already know what they look like. And I'm going to turn on the VRVP, see what that looks like. So you have a big gap here. You know, once you get past that POC at 57 cents, this thing can go screaming like a rocket, and you won't get really that much resistance until you hit $2. $2.11 was where this value area high white line is sitting at. So I would probably pencil that in as my next take profit target, on top of that 200-day moving average, which is sitting at $1.47. So basically, I mean, very easy to remember. About $1.50 and $2 is where you should be selling your Dog with Hat to lock in your profits. Okay. And let's see, as I start zooming out some more here, yeah, once you get past that value area high, you got some more high volume resistance at like $2.70, and then you got some more resistance. Oh, okay, they just resetted me. Okay, about $3. So it's really going to be like in 50-cent increments is when you're going to start selling your Dog with Hat. So at $1.50, sell some. $2, sell some more. $2.50, sell some more Dog with Hat. And you're basically dollar cost averaging out of your position as this thing continues, you know, climbing up to higher prices. And I think that's the best way and the safest way to make money on this particular meme coin here. Okay. All right, let's move on to Trump coin. All right. So here we have Trump coin trading at $13 right now. Let me get rid of some of this previous analysis here, which is no longer applicable anymore. Or at least I don't want to look at it right now. And I got the VRVP for Trump coin. You can see, if you guys already see that the POC is sitting at about $12.80. That's kind of like where we're at right now. we might have to continue using that as support. We don't want to break below it, because if we break below it, then, you know, maybe we come down to the value area low at like about $9, $10 here. It looks like it's like $9.92 to be exact. So this thing could still do a pullback and you lose about 33% from where you are right now. But if we can treat this POC, this blue line, as a line of support here, where we're currently at, you know, POC looks like it's at like 13 bucks here. If we can just stay above 13 bucks, then this thing could shoot up like a rocket, okay? And you'll probably see maybe some resistance at 17 bucks. But then after that, the value area high sitting at like $20. It's probably going to be your next take profit target. And after that, everything's gravy. After that, you should be considering selling some of your Trump coin when it gets to 20 bucks here. But if you want to keep pushing the trade higher and you still got some more to sell, then you got the next volume area high. I'm sorry, the next high volume node here at about $27 is where you could sell your Trump coin, and then also about $29. And that makes sense because, you know, some people might want to wait till 30 bucks, but you might get some people who are going to front run you, and they're going to start selling their Trump coin at like 27 and 29 because that's close enough, right? And you basically almost you'll double and maybe even triple from where you are right now. And will Trump coin ever go back to the highs that it made in January? I have no idea. Okay. But this thing has seen highs of like 44 bucks and $49. Yeah. Maybe. But I'm just going to stick to the VRVP because I don't think moving averages is going to do me any justice here. Yeah. It's too new of a coin. Like if I turn on just the moving averages, look at this, right? Look at this. There's not that much data on the daily time frame here. You're now getting a 50-day moving average. You've had a 21 EMA show up here, but the 50-day moving average is just now starting to show up because it's been like almost like 60-70 days. So like this is a brand new meme coin, roughly, and we don't really have that much data on the daily time frame. So that's why I'm not using the moving averages for this analysis here. All right, we'll move on to ZBEC. Just see how ZBEC's doing. All right. Okay. Appreciate you coming into the live stream here, Dave P. I know you probably have to go and get on with the rest of your day here, but thank you for coming in and hitting that like button for me. All right. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Pet.ai. We'll talk about that one. I got that on the list. That's the next one after this one. Okay. So we're looking at ZBEC currently trading at 16,058 points, down 13% today. Oh no, what's wrong? What's wrong with this coin? Let's see. Looks like I can already see kind of like almost like a double top, which is not that great to look at for ZBEC. Looks like ZBEC can't. It's having a hard time getting past this level here. Okay. Looks like 21,988 is a tough nut to crack for this cryptocurrency, and I'm not sure why. Okay, I think I could kind of see some reason why. So anybody that bought here back in May of 2024 in June, they're probably selling their ZBEC just to break even and not really take that big of a loss. So that's probably where you're getting a lot of this resistance on ZBEC. Let me go ahead and turn the VRVP. It probably agrees with that. Not really. Looks like a lot more of the trading and buying and selling was at lower levels here for ZBEC, but Like I said, I'm not surprised just looking at the chart here. All this sideways trading action is now resistance. It's acting as resistance for ZBEC. ZBEC's not able to push past 21,988. Yeah. Let's see. As I zoom in here, this VRVP is probably going to reset a little bit. No, it didn't. Okay. So we are clearly above the value area high, and we're above the POC, which kind of hints at the fact that this thing is actually overvalued for now, because most people bought this crypto at this lower level at like 9,000, almost 10,000 points here is where the POC is sitting at. So, you know, anybody that's buying right now is getting this at a higher price than the people that bought here. And if this thing comes down any further, you're gonna get some weak hands and gonna push it down. They're gonna push it down further. And you have a high volume node here at like 13,000, where this thing could probably get some support. Or if it doesn't hold 13,000, then the value area high could be support at 11,400. All right. Oh, Dave P's back. Good to see you back, Dave P. Hey, Dave, if you know anybody else that is interested in these kind of live streams here, by all means, go ahead and share this this live stream with your friends and family that could benefit from this analysis here. I know it's kind of a tight-knit community, and some of this stuff is advanced level stuff, but I still think the beginners can benefit from you know, learning something about trading here by watching these live streams and videos. But yeah, guys, don't forget you can share this with your friends and family. Get the word out that Meet Damien does analysis on your favorite stocks and cryptos. I can also help people out with their stocks. Okay, I can look at and analyze these stocks just like I analyze these cryptos. It just seems like cryptocurrency is just fun to talk about, and it's such a new thing that we always put our focus on it. But yeah, I can also help people out with their stock trades as well. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, I see this thing could come possibly down. Let's see if we got some moving averages giving us some support. That 21 EMA might act as support as it's trying to do right now. That's 21 EMA sitting at like 14,800. You know, if you break through that moving average support, then maybe you come down to the 50, the green line at 12,085. So yeah, I think yeah, if we go any lower on ZBEC here, you might see 12,000 and 13,000 acting as support. You might be able to get some cheaper ZBEC at that level if you're trying to buy some more. But I think yeah, I think that's my analysis for ZBEC here. Obviously, you're having a hard time pushing past that red line there at 22,000. This thing could come down to 13,000. And you're hoping to maintain support at 14,800. All right. Okay, let's look at Pet AI. Pet AI. Pet USD. What is the ticker symbol for your cryptocurrency that you're trying to get me to look at here? I might have to look at CoinMarketCap, because I don't know the ticker symbol. If you're still there, oh, what the hell? What the hell? All right. Ooh, wow. Fear and Greed Index is at 73 right now. Oh, God. That might mean that we're in for a pullback here on crypto. It's not like it was a month ago when it was in the 30s and below 30. People are getting greedy right now. Uh-oh. Let's see. Pet.ai. Oh, ticker symbol is AIP. I'm just gonna eyeball this chart. All right, so we got some data here. All right, let's go back to all right, AIP. USDT. Why is it not showing up? Pet. I mean, the only thing I can do right now is just use this chart. Let's see. What? Oh, there's no. This thing is not trading on any centralized exchange right now. That makes it hard for me to look at the charts here. Well, this thing only has a market cap of $3 million. That makes sense why it's not on the exchanges. I don't know what I can do for you as far as analyzing this thing, besides just looking at maybe fundamentals, if there are any fundamentals in crypto. Market cap for this thing is at $3 million. Last 24-hour volume is at $73,000. Fully diluted value is at 2.95 million. Total supply 500 million. Max supply 500 million. So it's good to see that fully diluted value is kind of close to where the market cap is at. Means that you're not going to get any nasty surprises, I don't think. Let's take a look at if there's any token unlocks here. All right, I'm just getting familiar with this. This has to be a brand new AI cryptocurrency here. You can learn more about pet.ai if you're interested in this thing by going on CoinMarketCap and going into the about section here. It looks like it has something to do with like web games, mini games here, some stuff like that related. I don't know. It says that Pet AI is an AI-driven game merging advanced gameplay with intricate economics, featuring adaptive AI agents, including an AGI pet bro that evolve unique personalities based on their interactions. Oh, that's interesting. There's a website for this and a white paper. And I didn't really see anything about token unlocks, unless I skipped over it. The only way for you to get your hands on this cryptocurrency is using Aerodrome Finance. Aerodrome Finance is a decentralized exchange that works off the base protocol network. So that's the only thing I can tell you about that. This thing might actually be hard for most people to buy. So that's both good and bad, depending upon how you want to play things. But let me click on the website, see what comes up for the website. All right, this is pet.ai's website here. And you guys can just look at this. I really don't know what's gonna pop up on me here. Oh, they got Dogecoin with a rest in peace and a gravestone. That's pretty ballsy. It's pretty bold of them to do that. But yeah, on your own time, guys, you can look up this website, pet.ai, see if it's worth investing in. If you are going to try to invest in it, you can only get your hands on it through Aerodrome Finance, is the decentralized exchange that it's trading at right now. And this thing is trading at 0.0059 pennies, and that's as much information and analysis that I can do about this thing. Looks like it had, just looking at the chart here for pet.ai, this thing was trading back in January at like 3 cents, but now it's at a half a penny. So maybe you could buy some now. It's better than buying it at 3 pennies, and you might be doing all right. Looks like there might be some resistance at like 0.008 pennies, and then 1 penny could be the resistance level. But that's all I can do, because I can't use TradingView to analyze this. All right, and then I got another request for Syrup. Maybe Syrup is trading on one of the exchanges here. Let's see if I can pull up on TradingView. Syrup USDT. Okay, looks like I can find it here. It's on trading on Mexi, Maple Finance. And we got Maple Finance down 10% today, trading at 24 cents. This looks like almost like a brand new cryptocurrency as well. I'm assuming it does something with finance or decentralized finance since it has finance in its name. This is Maple Finance, the syrup coin. Looks like it started trading on Mexi exchange on November of 2024. I have some moving averages that are just starting to show up here because this thing is still relatively new. But I'm going to get rid of the moving averages. Obviously, moving average support should be about 19 cents here. This is where the 21 EMA is hanging out at. I'll get rid of that. And I'll just turn on the VRVP, see what the VRVP can tell us about where support and resistance might be. So obviously this thing is, it bottomed out here in April, the beginning of April. Got past the POC. Most people bought this coin at like 13 cents. So a lot of people have already doubled their money at this point. Right now, us trading at 24 cents. If we continue this pullback that we're doing right now, we might hit the value area high at 21 cents before people decide to buy some more and get back in again and add to their positions. If we lose the value area high, then there's a big gap here that says that this thing could come down and get some more support at like 17 cents. Okay. Yeah. I can't really do much about predicting how high it could go. Looks like we already made the most recent high at 32 cents is the high water mark for this cryptocurrency. If I'm going to predict how high it could go using not that much data, because we don't have that much data, we don't know how high this thing could possibly go, but we could use Fibonacci to help us figure out how high it could go. And let me see, we'll measure down to like these levels here. The 1618 is saying that this thing could be a 45-cent cryptocurrency. That makes sense because you would basically double your money, and I'm sure anybody that doubles their money is probably going to start selling. So you'll probably get some selling pressure at 45 cents. And then maybe the 2618 shows you that you could get some more sellers at like 66 cents, and that's basically like almost like a triple from where you are right now. Okay. All right. Looks like I got a request for AIXBT. I'll write that down. Thank you for your request. And yeah, let's see. Let me just double check here something here. I just want to make sure I'm not getting any messages here. All right. Back to my TikTok stream here. All right. Budget Cooks, you said, are your texts showing? I believe so. Yeah, I can see you in the live stream chat here, Budget Cooks. And yeah, I guess we'll look at AIXBT. Well, the next request here. All right. Oh, and I got a request here for. There's a few more requests. All right. Let's see. I guess you guys were putting in the request while I was talking and chatting here. Okay. Yep. You said AIP and then fetch. All right, so let me type in, we're going to look at Fetch AI. And then Pengu. And then I guess AXBT will be the next one after that. All right. Thanks, Cammy, for following me on TikTok here. Appreciate that. All right, so Fetch AI was the one that came in before all these other requests. Let's look at Fetch AI. Artificial super intelligence related to AI here is currently trading at 82 cents. Let's see. This thing is creating some higher lows here on the R side. That's good to see. You did get a little bit overbought at 75 on what? This past Saturday, you got overbought. And you kind of have like almost like an overbought double top here on the R side. This thing might want to come in for a pullback here. It might be a little bit cooked right now. I'm glad to see that Fetch AI has gone above the previous highs here back in February when this thing was trading at like 84 cents. Let's see, how high did we get this weekend? We got up to like 90 cents. So that's good. It's making progress. It's creating an uptrend. We want to see that. We want to see maybe a little higher low and then a higher high to continue this uptrend here. Let's turn on the VRVP here real quick. So VRVP is showing that the POC is above us. We just got back into the range here where the value area low is sitting at like 78 cents. You have a big gap in the VRVP here. This thing could come racing up to the POC at $1.26 before it wants to chill out and calm down a little bit. But after you get past after you get past the POC at $1.26, this thing could then go screaming higher again because you don't have really a high volume node here until like $1.64, and then you got the value area high sitting at roughly $2, and you basically doubled your money, a little bit more than doubled your money at the value area high here. So I would like write those down as your take profit targets. Once you double your money, you should probably sell something or sell all of it maybe. And you can say that you made money in crypto. And I think that, not financial advice, guys, but I feel like a lot of these cryptos are going to double in price only because they took a 50% hit in the last few months here. After you double your money, you should sell something. Okay? You don't have to sell everything, but you should sell something. Then if it does go down again, you won't feel so dumb that you basically did another round trip back to where you bought it at. But yeah, I think this thing could get up to like $2. It has been higher than that. We've seen this thing as high as like $3. Yeah, back in March of 2024. But I don't know if that's possible. But if it is, that'd be very nice for you Fetch AI investors here. Right now, I think you need to trade sideways for a little bit on Fetch AI. Basically where you're at right now. Let's see what the moving average is saying. Yeah, I think once you get it to like 200 moving average at $1, I think at $1 this thing is gonna trade at $1 for a little bit before you get the next leg up. All right. When should you sell your Fetch AI? I think well, if you're day trading it, your short-term target is probably this 200-day moving average at $1. But using the VRVP here, yeah, $1.27 is gonna be a lot where a lot of people are gonna sell. So you could probably join the crowd and sell it over there. But yeah, I think this thing could probably get you up to like $2, you know, and you could start selling at $2. All right, we'll look at Pengu next. And we'll finish up my analysis. We'll look at Bitcoin one more time before we end the stream here. But yeah, we'll look at Pengu and AXBT, and I think that's all I got for today, guys. I appreciate all the requests. You guys kept me busy. But we're almost coming up on a 2-hour live stream here. All right. So yeah, here we are. We're looking at Pengu. Pengu is trading at a little over a penny at 0.012 pennies, down 8% today. We're using the VRVP, very helpful indicator to use here. Figure out where the support and resistance levels might be. And yeah, here we are. Pengu's trading it around this level at like almost 0.13 pennies here. It is overbought on the RSI, or it was overbought this past weekend. Looks like RSI is now at 61, so you're getting a little bit of a pullback. I'm expecting it to get pulled back down to 0.011 pennies here, where you got a high volume node sitting over there. And then you also got the 21 EMA that could provide support at 0.011. So this thing might have to come down there just to get some support before it's ready to make another move up to higher prices. That'll give the RSI a chance to cool down and reset. Let's see what the stochastic RSI is looking like. Stochastic RSI right over here is roughly still relatively high. I'm looking for low stochastics before I would want to feel comfortable about buying it at a higher low on this crypto. If 0.011 can't hold that support, then you might come down to this other high volume node here at like 0.085. I'm sorry, 0.0085. Yeah. But you know, if you don't believe me that this thing is continuing on its pullback here, then maybe you'll believe Market Cipher B here. Market Cipher B does have a red dot that showed up on Monday here, and it's saying that, yeah, now's a good time to sell Pengu. Doesn't mean that, I mean, tomorrow we could get a green dot that just, you know, invalidates that and says that we're going to go higher again. But right now, you're due for a pullback, and Market Cipher B says, yeah, you need to start selling because that's what everybody else seems to be doing right now. You've had like almost 2 red days now, 2 red candles here on the daily time frame. You might get a couple more that takes you down to like 0.011. That's where I would be eyeballing to be starting a position or to be adding to my position here on Pengu. All right, going forward here, we're going to be looking at AIXBT. Yeah. All right, so we're now looking at AIXBT, trading at 20 cents, down a modest 1.5% today. I do have some previous chart work here, but let me go ahead and clean things up here a little bit. So obviously this thing has seen better days back in January when this thing was trading at almost like 87 cents, almost $1 actually. Gotten beaten down, clearly, that's obvious. Now we're looking for, I'm going to get rid of that too. Now we're just looking to see, are we able to create higher highs here than what we did back here in early March, where we saw this thing as high as 23 cents. Looks like we did that today. We got as high as 24.5 cents. So we are in the process of making higher highs and hopefully higher lows and creating an uptrend. And then you can say that this was the bottom here for AIXBT. And you're doing all right for yourself, right? Because now you know where the bottom is, and you game plan to see if this thing is going to go to higher prices from where we are right now. All right, so yeah, you got moving average support, 21 EMA sitting at like 16 cents. And you also have 50-day moving average sitting at 15 cents. So if this thing does pull back, like it seems like some of these other cryptos are doing, then you might be able to get some more cheaper AIXBT at like 15 or 16 cents. Let me go ahead and turn the VRVP here now. VRVP is also saying that, yeah, there's a little bit of high volume here at like 16 cents. Okay. But clearly right now, we actually do have a big high volume node sitting at 20 cents, which is where we're currently trading at and struggling with right now. But once you get past 20 cents, you got to value your high, saying that this thing should see 26 cents. And that could be some resistance. But then after that, I mean, there's not going to be that much resistance until you get up to like 46 cents. So you could possibly double your money on this crypto, because like 46 cents is like where some people bought back in January. They were buying and selling at 40 and 50 cents in January. And I think that's where your ultimate take profit target should be later on in 2025. After you double your money with this thing, you should be taking profit. All right, is that a request for Ethereum? Because I'll look at Ethereum if that's what you wanna do here. I think I was gonna look at Ethereum and Bitcoin after this. But Mara is asking how low will how low will Pengu go? Did I not answer that? First, yeah, I said we could see AIXBT go down to like 15, 16 cents, but I think I already said how low Pengu could possibly go. Right, I see that some confluence here at like 0.011 cents. That's where I think Pengu could go down to. Okay, create a higher low in that area before it goes to higher prices again. All right, looking at Ethereum, let's see what Ethereum is doing here. I was day trading some Ethereum futures this weekend. Did pretty well for myself. Ethereum seemed to be like the hot coin this weekend. Let me get rid of the VRVP here. And what is Ethereum doing? Ethereum is currently trading at 24.38. Right on the daily time frame here. We're near the lows, I believe. Yeah, we're near the lows for the day. We might even be going lower. Ooh, yikes. Just using moving averages for support here, we could see Ethereum come down to $2,100 before it decides to stop going down. Okay, we might have topped out on Ethereum. I was looking to see if Ethereum could go up to the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at $2,700. I don't know if we have the juice in the tank to get that high. We got up as high as like 26.25 and 26.09 in the last recent days here, but looks like yeah, looks like the 100-day moving average is acting as resistance right now. 200-day hasn't even been challenged yet. Let's go ahead and turn the VRVP again. See what it has to say. So you do have $2,500. Has some high volume here, but that's above us, so that's not really. I mean, that could be resistance going forward. You did have a lot of volume here at $2,700, but we didn't even get a chance to challenge that yet. That's why I was eyeballing $2,700 as the target here. But I don't know if we're gonna get that. Maybe we could, maybe tomorrow, but I don't know. I don't think. I think we're losing our momentum here, to be honest. Let's see. There's another high volume node here at like 22.15, and then there's actually some here at 2,000. So maybe Ethereum actually goes below $2,100 and actually gets support at 2,000, because that's what the VRVP says we could get some support at. But the 50-day is saying, the green line is saying 2,100, 2095 to be exact. So I think Ethereum could pull back to the low 2,000s again, create a higher low, and then go to higher prices here. But it would be a little bit better to see if Ethereum could continue being bullish and actually get rejected by that 200-day moving average and rejected by this high volume node here sitting at like $2,700. I thought that was going to happen today, but apparently not happening, I guess. Or maybe it could still. But now I'm going into the 15-minute time frame here, and let me get rid of the VRVP here. And this is where I like using the moving averages here. On the lower time frame here, And we lost all the moving averages on the 15-minute time frame. That's not good. That's not good. We haven't seen Ethereum as low as where it is right now since like Sunday morning when we had a little kind of nasty pullback. So maybe we might be double bottom here on Ethereum. You could strategize and just put a tight stop loss at like 2,400. And it looks like we might be catching some bids here. Let's see what the 5-minute time frame looks like for Ethereum. You are getting a couple of green candles here, but that doesn't mean that the move downward isn't over yet. And the 1-minute time frame, let's see, 1-minute time frame on Ethereum, you are trying to get above this 21 EMA, but I mean, there were a couple of failed attempts here as well earlier this hour. So this 21 EMA could just cause us to be rejected again, and then we go down to lower prices on Ethereum. Let me look at the 1-hour time frame, see what the 1-hour time frame has to say now. You might get some support from that 50 moving average on the 1-hour time frame at like 2407. I would say if you're day trading Ethereum right now, you might get lucky enough to buy some Ethereum at like $2,400, 24 even. Maybe like low 2400s, like 2410 or 2420. And that might be the lows for Ethereum today. Let's take a look at what Daddy Bitcoin's doing. Oh, okay. Daddy Bitcoin is at $101,000, and we said that that could be an area where Bitcoin might go down to and actually get some support. So we might be near the lows for the day. Yeah, Bitcoin is still pushing downward, and if it continues going down some more on the 1-hour time frame, we do have some support at 99,600. And let's look at the 4-hour time frames. No moving average support until 97,000. 12-hour time frame, 99,000 comes up on the 21 EMA. And then daily time frame, $96,000 where the 21 EMA is sitting at. All right, so going back into the 1-hour time frame here, let's just use a 21-hour time frame. We're kind of looking at, we're trying to figure out how much lower Bitcoin can go if we're day trading this right now. Let me get rid of the moving averages here for now. I'm going to do a quick fib retracement. Sitting at like 105.8 was the high water mark here. And coming down to this level at like $94,000 Bitcoin. It's saying that the 0.618 should be providing support at $101,400 Bitcoin. We lost that, and now it looks like we're coming down to the 0.5 retracement at 100,078. Okay. And then also here, we could see 0.382 retracement down to $98,000 Bitcoin. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we continue going down to 0.236 at $97,000 Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin could be in for a pullback. And it looks like, I would say safe. If you want to play it safe with Bitcoin, wait until $97,000. And you might be able to scoop up some relatively cheaper Bitcoin at that level. Let me turn on the VRVP real quick. You got the value area low sitting at like 96.8, almost $97,000. So I think $97,000 is a good area to be buying Bitcoin or buying crypto again. Because it looks like we're losing 101. And we could come down to $97,000. We also got some levels here. Looks like, yeah, if we lose 101, then we could come down 99,000. 99,500 has a high volume node, so that might be in the next area to go to if we can't hold $101,000. So very interesting times, interesting trading here. Hopefully you guys are out there making some money, and if you're thinking about selling, now might be a good time. If you're thinking about buying, maybe now could be a good time, or you could buy at cheaper prices. But I think the pullback is coming in for us right now. Yep. Yep. Doesn't surprise me. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this live stream here. Appreciate you guys coming on to the live stream. We're watching Bitcoin getting a little bit of a sell-off and a pullback right now. And it's also dragging a lot of these other cryptocurrencies down with it. Looks like XRP is holding up better than most. And I don't really see too much green in crypto world here. Right now, I think the green is in stock market world. We got the S&P 500 up 3%. NASDAQ up 4%. Dow Jones. But I think they're just trying to play catch up to crypto. Because crypto, or we already had our big gains this weekend. So you guys should be trying to sell something. If you haven't already, if you're short-term trading it, or you just stick around and just wait for higher prices to be doing your selling. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Appreciate the live stream. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. And yeah, I got a last question here. Is aerodromes dip because of Bitcoin dropping? Most likely, yes. I think a lot of these cryptos that are dropping right now are because of Bitcoin's selling off right now. So could be an opportunity for you guys to buy some cheaper crypto in the next few hours here, and going into tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, guys, that's it for this live stream. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Take care.